Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rude Awakening TV. Last week, we created some dishes for a couple of our viewers. And this week, we're recreating and we're going back to that birthday celebration. But first, I want to tell you something. You're going to notice a brand new Zen vibe. I've been watching a lot of live streamers and a lot of cooking live streamers, and I realized I was just going too fast, too intense. So check out the new Zen. We will talk about that later. So today we're doing some recreations of really nice recipes. We're making a cheesecake to celebrate Chris and Kai. Chris and Kai are two people who are always on my chat. They work at the Speakeasy channel. They're digital content creators. They're also performers, and they're hosts for a show called Sip and See, which is a discussion and a viewing of the Real Housewives reality show. And so if you're into that, 5:30 on Sunday, Chris and Kai. Chris is Celebrity Juice Diet, and Kai is Real Housewives Order. And they know everything about it. And I'm not really a Real Housewives fan, but I started getting into it because Liz, Justin, Kai, and Chris are on this show. So today they celebrate a birthday, Chris and Kai, together, I imagine. And we're making a cheesecake. Now, I collaborated with Chris a little bit, and he told me that they really enjoy coffee, chocolate, all of those things that are caffeine full. So I've altered my cheesecake recipe to have some coffee in it, and I think it's going to be delicious. Also, we're going to be making something that my daughter Monique really likes. Monique is somebody who likes a lot of carbs and really high energy, but she also tries to avoid gluten because of a sensitivity. So when she was a university student living with me, I would make these for when she came home from all of her rehearsals. And they're just rice wraps with rice noodles. You can put veggies in them. They're a cold dish. They're really great in the summertime. So we've always just called these Monique's rice wraps, rice rolls, noodle rolls. They have a variety of names. We're going to start off with the rice wraps. Now, I left everything in packages. Now, I have been doing so much stream watching this week with different cooks, and I have noticed that the cooks that I'm watching on Twitch are really young, and they are also gamers. They've got a vibe that I really enjoyed watching. And then when I put myself out there and started discussing it with them, some of these very young Twitch streamers started to school me on different aspects. So I'm trying to incorporate some of the things that they talk to me about, but I self-reflected a lot this week. I'm also not wanting to lose myself. So I don't know. I would like to see something on my chat about, the high energy that I bring to this is not anything like I've seen when I've watched other people other than maybe Bombay. She's got a lot of energy. So maybe that kind of energy, but I'd like to see you maybe tell me something about, should I alter it? Should I change it? Another thing too is I'm watching my chat a lot more. I have noticed streamers with the phone in the hand watching the chat. We're going to do more of that. So let's start our rice wraps. I'm going to look at, woohoo, Lizzie is here. Hi, Lizzie Reno. Okay, Allison's here. Hi, Allison. Thank you, Allison, for that video you sent me. We are going to be doing a drag brunch next week, and Allison sent me a video. It was great. Ivory Towers sent me a video. It was great. Other drag performers have said, if you're doing a drag brunch, I will send you a video. I would love to have had live performances, but COVID restricts us, so we're going to do it like that. Okay, these rice wraps, you can get them, especially in the GTA. I'm sure there are lots of small Chinatown, Koreatown, like all of those small shops that hold these sort of ethnic foods. So rice wraps, easy to find. I mean, I can find them in Bobcaygeon, so they're easy to find. They're thin, and they're just really clear. What I do is you don't cook these, you soak these. I'm going to put this in a little bit of water. Now be careful not to put more than one. My moderator keeps telling me to slow down. Remember, I'm doing my own thing. I'm moderating a little bit of my energy, but I'm not losing myself in all of these suggestions. So this is going to soften a little bit to make one of these rice wraps. I don't put 2 in or 3 in at a time. I'm going to show you the label of it. I don't know if that helps you. Something I've also noticed about the other cooking live stream people is that they leave packages out. They're really chill. They may not even finish a dish. And I thought maybe it was more important to finish a dish. Maybe it's not. I don't know. So this is just vermicelli. It is rice noodles again, so there's no wheat in any of this. Another thing I like about this is that I can have these ingredients. I swear, these have been in my cupboard for maybe a year. I can have these in my pantry, and then you need something for a light lunch or a snack or just hanging outside on the patio, and you've got this. Okay, so I put in about 4 of these little nests, and I've put them in. This water was preheated. You don't really cook these. You soak these in hot water. I boiled the water while I had my weight stream on. Where's the, oh, it's on it. And so they're really, that water is just hot, and I'm just going to let these soak for about 5 minutes. So the things I heard from, I'm going to go look at my chat, the things I heard some of the streamers tell me this week. They even took some time to come and watch my YouTube video, so they got an idea. Some of the things they told me is, you're not here to learn how to cook. And if I think my chat is coming into this stream to learn how to cook, I'm wrong. You're here to chill with me. And, you know, again, I don't want to lose myself in that, because I do think you're here to learn how to cook or to watch somebody else cook. So I don't want to lose that. Now, I don't know if I am low, behind on my chat. Okay, so letting that soak, letting that soak. Okay, these look really nice. You can see, maybe you can't see from that far. Yeah, they don't take long, but you don't want them chewy. So what we're going to put in them today, these are so simple. You take this rice wrap, and it's really thin, thin to work with. You know what? I was going to put them right onto the plastic board. I'm questioning that. Oh, too bad you weren't here about 30 minutes ago. A dish of butter blew up in my microwave and made a huge mess. And if you had been here, you would have been in trouble, because I was ready to be mad at whoever. All right, so you'll see that the little logo up in the corner of my stream today is Speakeasy. I've been abducted. They've been borrowing, helping me out that way. And they have borrowed my channel to host a couple of shows, and I don't mind at all. It gets me some woke factor. I look pretty cool when I've got these things I didn't even know existed. So I'm just going to ride off that for a while. Okay, you'll notice what I'm doing. I don't know if you can see this. I am really cutting this green onion, because yeah, you know what though? I do think I was getting too tight with it. At the beginning, I was doing just this, talking to you. And then as they were going on, I was starting to script it more, and I was starting to tighten it more, to the point where, you know, days before the stream, I was starting to even practice, and all became, and you saw that I think in last week's stream, it all became very artificial. It didn't feel like me. I started to not like it, and I was knocking myself over the head after, because I was feeling like I forgot things. It wasn't the way I wanted this to go. I wanted to hang. And that's why I started to look at other streams and thought, I get it. But that said, I'm putting these into a plate just to chill a bit. That said, my content is a little different because I'm also putting it on YouTube. And that is a different animal altogether, as you know. So I think I was trying to kill two birds with one stone. The Twitch stream is one thing, the YouTube content is another thing. Now, something I tried to do today is I tried to cast my chat onto my TV, and it didn't work, and we figured out why. So I'm going to do that next time. Something I've noticed streamers do is they have the chat being narrated, almost like a translator narrating it out loud, and I find that that would really be distracting to me. Well, I was feeling a little bit unsure, but you know, that's part of being, dare I say, an artist and somebody who cares about their craft. All right, so this is hard to see. I'm going to put one, as I fill one, I put one in water. And yes, I did find my groove. If you watch a couple videos back on YouTube, I did find my groove. And then I sort of navigated and gravitated to a different groove, and it was too much. All right, so you take the rice noodles. They're a little warm, and that's okay. Into the softened, as you fill one, put one in. And then I put some diced green onions. I wouldn't say that's diced, I'd say that's julienne. And then a few carrots. Now, Monique at this point puts a little peanut sauce in it, and I prefer not to because that way, they're delicious like that, but that way anybody can eat them with no peanut fears. So you're going to tuck this. Bombay might not enjoy this because word on the street is she doesn't tuck. Now, you can see what it's starting to look like. Some people would put a little piece of asparagus in there. Oh, okay. Some people might put a little asparagus. You might even put some bok choy in there to give it some green. But with the green onions and the carrots, I think I have a nice bit of color. Put that one, what do? I put one in the water to start softening. So the pie plates are perfect because these little rice wraps are about 9 inches.
Is there an up and down side to this?
No, there isn't.
Oh, you have to see it.
Okay, so you're going to have to put some more noodles. I don't know how much. You can sort of see. So anybody, I'm sure you've had these. I'm sure you've made these. But I just thought they'd be nice. Actually, I thought they'd be nice for our lunch today, and that's why. So tuck on the sides to make them nice and full, and try and get a tight roll. You know, this crew, I find that most of the English language can be directed right back to that. It's okay. If you look on YouTube, I finally got Jammy Dodgers and what else was there? Jammy Dodgers, what did I make that day? Oh yeah, the poached pears. Let me see who's on. Ha ha ha, the way I'm cackling now. I love that cackle. We've all heard that cackle over the years. Everyone has heard the Lizzie laugh. I think we all depend on it now and again. So anyway, Monique is, like I said, my youngest daughter, and she's a funny girl. She's the one who takes care of all of my Instagram. She does all of those posts. She does the recipe up. She sort of dropped the ball on me because she got busy. Imagine that, a mother of one and a full-time worker got busy. No explanation for that. So, before I finish this, I ordered this, and this is supposed to be one of those hot little top buns, and I thought, oh, I am going to look so cute in this top bun, and this came. Yeah, I don't call this gray. I call my grandson calls it dirty gray. I call this a nice silver fox, but it's not doing anything for me. If there is anyone who would like a nice silver top bun thing, let me know. I can certainly send that to you. Okay, let's keep going. I've got one here. Cat toy, yeah, that's about it. I can't see it on Allison. I cannot see it on just about anybody. And you know, when I ordered it, man, did they make it look good. You know, these real hot women were putting it on and really dressing it up. And I thought, yeah, I can do that. That's going to be a simple hair solution for me. And then it came. Yeah. Who thought? In what universe was that nice? Chris could pull it off. And that's funny because I was thinking about Chris because he could pull it off. And so I'm going to get it to Chris, and I demand that that be on your head for the next Sip and See. So Chris, maybe you'd like to tell us how old you're turning. Good point. Silence. Crickets out there, Chris. Crickets. Same as, oh, that's right. Same as Liz, 29. Excellent. All right, still doing the rice noodles, and you can see, woo! So, anyway, drag brunch. Next week. Been doing a lot of research on this. It looks great. Love the idea of taking drag out of the nighttime bars and putting it into a family fun breakfast. You know, it just brings it into a different mainstream that I love. So anyway, because we can't have live performances now, here's the thing, folks. I'm going to cut that thought off. I'm going to put another layer. Please, has anyone said anything about the dish? Anyone? Is it the dish? No? My chat's a little slow. Is anybody commenting on the damn dish? Tell ya. Oh, I forgot to put one in because I was distracted, and it was my Zen vibe. Yeah, my Zen vibe. And you know, okay, I'm going to be the real me. So when a 25-year-old streamer looks at me and says, if you don't know that you're here, I listened. I appreciated. I reflected. And you know, some of it was true. Are you here to learn to cook? Are you here to cook with me? I think I lost sight of that. It is Value Village. Now this one's a little, don't let them go too like under-soaked. What are we making today? We are making rice wraps, rice noodle rolls. You've called them different things. Some people dip them then into a peanut sauce. We're going to be using a hoisin sauce today. So these, remember, were not boiled. They were immersed, submerged, dropped into boiled water. I'm putting a little bit of julienne. So, you know, this is so simple. You can make these just before. Oh my God. Tuck. I said it again. Tuck, wrap. All right. Oh, baby, baby. Okay, I've got enough here. I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to put, this is what I would like to dip them in, basic hoisin sauce. I've never made this. I don't think I want to try. And I'm going to put it here. And boom, I have got an appetizer. Very nice. Now, the thing is, all of this will dry out. And so you want to cover that before serving. And then, you know, you put the lid on, you put them back in the cupboard, you put them back in your pantry, and you've got these for another day. And it's cheap. It makes a lot. And even if I've got these cut up vegetables, they can make a salad for the next day, and nothing goes to waste. That I never have changed. So, I don't know if Kai is here today. Kai and Chris, who we're making this cheesecake for with their funny, they're not only funny, and you know, I gotta admit it, they're not only funny, they're pretty smart. And smart and funny is a deadly combo. And they've got that. And trifecta of it is they're kind also. Kind, gentle. That's deadly again. Oh, you're really liking the dish now. Maybe you can see it. Oh yeah, now. Value Village. It's a leaf. It's a cabbage leaf. What I love about this again is that, you know, I took this dish off that Value Village rack. I looked at it and thought, some person had this in their cupboard. This looks vintage, and some person loved this. It may have been a wedding gift, and I'm going to rescue it. Just like a rescue puppy, I rescue dishes. Okay. All right, let me look. Yeah, Kyle is hilarious. He is. Oh, that's right. Disapproving looks. I forgot about that, Chris. That's your disapproving look for the day. All right, let's go into our cheesecake. So easy that I'm embarrassed. And again, I show these things that people love about my cooking, and then I'm embarrassed that they're so easy. Now, we're going to try something new. Again, remember how I said at the beginning of my shows that I am not going to make anything ahead of time because I don't waste food? I stopped doing that, and I started making things ahead of time. I started having to give away a lot of food. That's fine. But I found excess, and I don't like that. Excess is not something that I really do a lot. So, and I never self-promote myself, ever. So today we're going to try something live, just here. I've never done this before. I'm going to try some granola base in a cheesecake springform pan instead of that graham cracker thing that a lot of people do. Now know that this cheesecake can also go in this pan without a crust. You could just put the cheesecake straight up, but a lot of people like that bottom. So Monique says she has seen a lot of disapproving looks in her day. Never. I have given you encouraging looks of, come on, you can do better than that, but that's not disapproving. So I beg to differ, and I changed that language. So because Chris and Kai have told me that they like coffee, this is, without all the self-promoting, this is Rude Awakening's Wake the F Up granola. It has coffee in it, and it's got coffee beans, espresso beans in it. It's good, but like when you use this granola, when you put milk on it, almond milk or yogurt, it will change it to a caramel color because there's really caffeine or chocolate in it. That's right, Mark. One of the Speakeasy viewers ordered a lot of this, and apparently he really likes the lemon blueberry. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm trying this, brand new. I'm going to mix this granola. Now, I don't know. I'm going to put the whole bag in. All right, so is this an economical thing? You know, if you look on Google it, you can see granola crusts. But I've already had pre-made granola. Well, that made it different. So I've got this. It's gonna look. It's got the coffee bean. Oh, we don't have this camera. Well, sorry about that. That camera's not working today. So in here, I've got the granola, and it has chocolate beans in it. So does that one work? All right. Okay, so you can see it. You can see that's what that granola looks like. So you can see the chocolate covered espresso beans in this one. Delish, but is it going to work? So I wondered, how do I get this to bind? You and I are going to try it. Right now I'm going to turn my oven on because I forgot. Now, you'll also know that today there's a Where's Waldo contest. So little snacky boy is hiding in my kitchen. If you can find snacky boy, let's see. You got the vanilla salted, maple, and monkey. Yeah, and somebody else, that's a viewer here, said, oh, I got the monkey nut and I expected more banana flavor. That's interesting. And, you know, I appreciate that feedback. If you thought that it should have more banana flavor, because monkey nut really only has banana chips. It doesn't have Okay, so I could have melted this more. I melted it once, but my kitchen's a little cool. And, you know, we don't want to go back to the exploding in the microwave issue. That's too much. So I had a little bit of stress this week. I had my first exam for my culinary course, and I was all set up. It was right here in my kitchen. It was a Zoom exam, and he had told me ahead of time what to prepare for, that I was to use a dry cooking method, a wet cooking method, okay, aromatic, a deglazing, and a braising. So I had to use those things in order. And so that was it. So I was all prepared. And then when he did his hellos and his greetings, he told me that I would be serving in my establishment a table of 6. No one had informed me of that, and I didn't want to get flustered. So I walked away from the camera. I came back and I said, apparently 2 of the couples did not pass the COVID screening, and they're done, they're gone, so I'll only be serving one couple, a party of 2. And he started to laugh, and he said that actually what he was trying to do is fluster me, because in a kitchen at a restaurant, if anybody works in a restaurant, he said the kitchen and the chef usually get rattled and get flustered, and he 100% anticipated that I would cry. That's funny. Lizzie and Nikki, no, that's funny, because you ain't making me cry, buddy. Papa Joe? Papa Joe found it. All right, I thought it would take a little bit more. I'm glad, Papa Joe. I'm glad you're so observant, but I thought it would take a little bit more. Snacky is in my kitchen, and he's on my stove. Okay, so not bad. This granola, I'm feeling bad that you can't see it, because this camera is really the bomb to see. Okay, so I used straight up a bag of granola. Now that's going to have little apple pieces in it. It's going to be far more, I would say, tasty than just a graham cracker crust. So I'm going to edge it all the way around. Anyway, the exam was stressful. I nailed it. I think I did a steak in a red wine. I stuck really close to home. I did a steak in a red wine sauce. That's what I deglazed with. I had mirepoix. That was my aromatics. And I plated it on some garlic mashed. Actually, I wanted the garlic mash to look really fluffy, so I added shortening. So they weren't even edible, but it looked beautiful, and he said that I did fine. So first exam done. And now the series that I've been doing, the essential tools, that was also submitted as midterm, so that was done. So now I'm on my second half of the semester, and I'm good. All right, you know what? This is nice. This is very nice. Now, usually if I had a graham cracker crust, I would bake it. I kind of think that sounds right to bake it, but I'm going to leave it raw, because this granola coming out of this bag, Rude Awakening, was already cooked. So I don't want to overcook those. You never want to overcook your nuts. That's going to go bad for me. All right, so I'm going to put this on. Now, why am I putting it on a tray with aluminum foil? Let's all go back to the day I cooked cinnamon buns in a spring form pan without a tray underneath it. It needs to be recooked either. Good. My nuts hate a second grilling. I know. When nuts are overcooked, that's never good. All right, we're into the filling, and this is the fun part. I have seen some of these streamers stop cold. I always thought that was a faux pas to stop and look at your chat. I don't know. I've seen streamers actually take the phone in their hand and ignore the camera and just do this. Give me some feedback. Today, you know that next week is my last episode, my last stream until the second season. So I would really like some feedback from you. Okay, we are going to start the filling, and I'm going to use Now, remember, my cooking class is in the US, and so it's all metric, not metric, it's all imperial. So I'm having to, reply to all of my assignments in imperial, but I always keep another version in metric. So we are going to put in 1 pound, 500 grams of cream cheese. I did soften this a bit, and how I softened it is while I was boiling the water for the noodles, I put this on top of the lid and it softened it. So people like to hear their stuff read out. They do. They really do. And as a viewer, when I log on and it says Rude Awakening TV and that streamer says, "Hi, Rude Awakening TV, welcome, how are you?" All of a sudden I feel special. And I learned that too. So my moderator sits here, natters at me, and tells me what people are saying. And that's fun, I know. So do you think I should take some time and look at my chat? People also yeah, I feel like it's tricky when you're book baking and cooking. It really is. I've made some mistakes. Now you can see this is softened cream cheese beautifully, actually. And I did that by placing it on a little bit of a lid of boiling hot water, not in it, natch. And then with all the metal, I didn't like to microwave it because, well, then it's like butter. It just gets too soft. This is the softest I've ever had cream cheese. 500 grams. 2 packages. Each one of these packages that you can get are 250 grams. And, where do you get so much cream cheese? I get it at Costco because I can buy it, 3, 4 packages at a time. I don't know where you can buy it in even bigger packages without having all that packaging. Okay, 500 grams of ricotta cheese. Now, this recipe is in my recipe book. It says it's from my mom, but my mom had some Italian friends, and this is a true Italian recipe. So I'm changing my, got to turn it on. I'm changing my, okay, I'm going to tear that out. I need 500 grams. I'm going to change that into grams and not ounces, what I was trying to say. Yeah, multitasking is a big deal, but then, I don't know, maybe I had to do that as a teacher. I do sometimes trail off and not finish sentences. You've probably noticed that. I do that even if I'm not cooking. I just assume you know what I'm talking about. Okay, I want 500 grams. I've got a little bit too much. This, not cheap, this ricotta cheese container, Saputo, you know that brand. It's a good brand for cheeses. This was $14. So you want to really think about it and think, is Chris and Kai worth it? I thought they were. But I didn't want to make 2 because imagine all that cheesecake. And some of my neighbors are starting to clue in and they're saying, "What are you making next week?" Because they're standing at the door waiting for my cast-offs. And woo, it's getting a little expensive. Okay, good. The 2 cheeses are in there. Wonderful. The next thing is 1.5 cups of sugar. Tom will put the menu or the recipe up and we'll see that. So 1.5 cups of sugar. Well, I think I'm going to put it on the mixer. So I've had a really interesting week. We're trying to see some snow leave. We're trying to not get spring fever too badly. So the cheeses are nice. Next thing is I'm going to put in 4 slightly beaten eggs. Oh, you're about to see a new tool I have. Yay, Kai's here. Hello, Kai. Welcome to the stream. This is a cake for you. This is a cheesecake directly. Oh, I'm in front of my recipe. This is for you and Chris, and I really wish I could get it to you. Would you like it delivered to the Sip and See channel tonight, to the Sip and See set? Wouldn't that be fun? All right. 4, a little bit of eggshell. That's good for you. Okay, wait. This came free, and I thought, how stupid is that? Then wait, I don't have that camera, right? Watch. It goes up and down, and it just beats the eggs. slightly. Don't whip them, don't nay-nay them, don't spank leg them. Just slightly beat them. 4 eggs. Gross out. Okay, after the 4 eggs, I'm still 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, good news, bad news. Good news is this is delicious. Bad news, it takes 3 hours to bake. Yeah, I'm not staying here for 3 hours. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So the Where's Waldo? Done. Papa Joe, you will be getting an apron. I would like to know, please, your mailing address. If you could send that to my Instagram, to a direct message. This is coffee extract. You don't have it? Don't worry about it. It does give I use this in my granola company, and not everybody buys coffee extract. You could, however, just make a really wicked strong coffee and let it simmer down to a glaze, and you could do that. That's what this is. Okay, and then we're going to put in a 1/4 cup of Kahlua. I may have spelled Kahlua. Is the recipe still up? You can take it down. I may have spelled Kahlua wrong. Well, you'll have to get over that. So a 1/4 cup of Kahlua. That's it. I know it's not much, but it's enough to give a nice warmth to that. Okay, 1/4 cup of Kahlua. Now 2 teaspoons of coffee extract. What am I saying? Instant coffee. See the multitasking? Brain goes one way, lips go another. Okay, a little bit of, let's see, 3 tablespoons of flour. So again, is this gluten-free? No, but it's very low. It's not dairy-free, that's for sure. 1/4 cup of flour, and, oh, did I say 1/4 cup? No, I'm sorry. 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. No, this is 2. The tablespoons of flour are 3. The cornstarch is 2. Oh, I forgot something, but we'll go back when I'm getting this all done. I like this cheesecake. Yeah, this cheesecake is really nice. You know, sometimes you see cheesecakes that are, they're kind of yucky. They've got they're not authentic. There's my oven done. You'll see cream cheese and then some pudding and whipped cream and just blah. This one is really genuine. It'll taste really authentic. This is a 1/4 cup of butter that was supposed to be melted, and it didn't, but it'll be fine. No, I don't trust it. I'm going to just put it in my microwave for a couple minutes. Just not even a couple minutes, just a few 25 seconds. Just want it liquid. That might be enough too, because it was soft. Yeah, it's perfect now. Remember, attention to details. So now I've got a 1/4 cup of butter. I didn't want to heat it too much so it's warm. And last, I'm going to mix that. Whipped cream on cheesecake, in cheesecake. It's just, or some kind of table cream. I've never really enjoyed any of those whack, quick ones. And if it just says cream cheese, okay, so the instant coffee in here, smells good, looks good. The instant coffee is not breaking down for a minute, so we're going to let that, instant coffee needs some kind of moisture to break down and not be in chunks, but it's not the end of the world. I'm taking it off here so that I can add in the last bit, and the last bit is 2 cups of sour cream. Yeah, again, not a trip to the gym, but the rice wraps are. That's nice. All right, let's get that 2-cup measuring cup I was using. Oh, I am using. We're going to put 2 cups in there. So next week I was telling you about the drag brunch. Now, at the drag brunch, some of the drag performers in Toronto have been kind enough, and they love Lizzie enough to give her the favor of doing a little video so I can show it on my drag brunch. Very appreciative of those people who have done that for me. I think this container is actually 2 cups. So let's just change this recipe to say a 500 milliliter container of sour cream. Kawartha Dairy does not make their own sour cream, so I did not ask them for it. They use Beatrice is under their label. So now let's put in the sour cream. Oh, the drag brunch is next Sunday at 11. It will host, I guess, some really great some really good brunch foods, and it will have some videos prepared by some drag queens, and they're nice. They're not performing because it's not that type of a format, but they are just talking about what they would eat for breakfast. They're talking about the live stream and just saying hello to all of us. A really nice, chill brunch. Come on, see what we have. Can't share the food with you, but I certainly can share the fun. And did you know that March is peanut butter month? It's peanut butter month. Yes, it is. So get your peanut butter on. I guess we should have honored Monique's recipe and put peanut sauce in the lovely rolls. But I want to show you something while this is mixing and blending. Looks good. Give it a bit more. And the instant coffee is breaking down. Just let that sit for a bit for the coffee. I want to show you something that I forgot up on here. Is often I will sprinkle a little bit of sesame seeds on them. Now that does make, and this would be right here, would make a nice brunch food. So I don't know, this camera is the one that's showing. You can see the sesame seeds. I often sometimes even put a little bit of black mustard seeds on there. Delicious. If you're setting this aside to be eaten later, I take an absorbent towel or some kind of wet paper or napkin, and I cover this with a little bit of water because they will get just a little bit too sticky and dry, and that's not very appetizing. Okay, now we're going to stir this up a bit. At the drag brunch next week, there's a huge contest, and I just wanted to do this. I want to support that Speakeasy channel who have supported me in my first endeavor at this. And so the grand prize that's going to be announced is a KitchenAid stand mixer. What? Yes. So many of you have said to me, oh, I can't wait till I can have a stand mixer. I would like to see somebody win a stand mixer. There are going to be a series of clues given through the Speakeasy channel, riddles and clues that you're going to have to accumulate. So you're going to accumulate these. I collaborated with a few of the Speakeasy creators, and we talked about maybe 10 clues that you're going to get the riddle, the clue, and when I come back in September for my very first episode, that's where we'll collect all of this data and we'll be announcing it. It's also a draw to get you back with me in September. This cheesecake is beautiful. All right, it does look beautiful, and I think it's ready to put in. It doesn't even appear like cheesecake right now because it's so thin, it's so watery, but I'm going to put it on top. If you've noticed, I've got it on a pan so that it doesn't leak through and make a mess of my oven, because we all know where that goes. So we're going to put this in. Now your oven is set. Now those little chunks, don't worry about it. This spring for that, yeah, you worry about that. Too bad. We're not going to put that in. I should have taken the time to stir that. We've got a little bit of cheese at the bottom that didn't mix. I think I might want to forgo that. Well, let's see. Nah, smells good though. See that? That cheese at the bottom. Let's take a vote. Do I put it in and take a chance on ruining it? Moderator says no. Not a good memory of oven scraping. No. No, don't. I agree. So that's going to stay. You know what? I can put that in something. This is what we've got. Here's what we do. We put this in our oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. And then you shut the oven off, but you don't take this out. You leave this sort of roasting, no, it's not the word, drying. You leave this to dry for 2 more hours. So this will occupy your oven for 3 hours. If you're looking in, I don't know the dryness content of your kitchen, if you're looking into it and you see some cracks starting, don't worry about that. When you take it out and it chills, that's going to sink back in and it's going to be smooth. What would you do at the top of this? Let's put this in the oven. We're going to look at the time. Welcome to daylight savings time. It is actually 11:15, but as we know, it is not. All right, this goes in the oven. Yikes. So that's 1 hour. So at 1:45, I'm going to shut my oven off. 1:45, check it. 2:45, that comes out. I'm going to have a lovely cheesecake. What I'm going to do is I am going to put some whipped cream, maybe some little dollops of whipped cream. I don't even have to do that. When we come back, we're going to watch a little video. When we come back, you can tell me how you would dress that. I could have even salvaged a little bit of this and I could have sprinkled it on top. I've got a better idea because it's a coffee one. Now, the video that we're going to watch, I was doing the essential tools. And remember, I scrapped the one that was appliances. So what I did, I replaced it with essential pantry staples. Things that I find that if you've got these things in your cupboard, in your pantry, to me, that's, like I say in the video, it's money in the bank. So these things are the things you keep stocked up. And you may have some of these, and some of those things you might say, I need that. Take a look at this video and tell me what you think. Hi everyone, welcome to my pantry. Having a well-stocked pantry is like money in the bank. You're able to make food for a family, you're able to make food for friends on the go. You're just able to go into your cupboard and make something. I've made a list of what I would consider essential. We're going back to the essential pantry. So I have, and use glass if you can, because it's safer. Nothing can chew through that. White rice. Behind brown rice, I have jasmine rice and I have basmati rice. You see pastas, this is the jasmine rice. Pastas of all different shapes and sizes, a variety of pastas. Oh, up on the top is where I have excess sugars. I've got confectioner's sugar, brown sugar, but this is the overstock. Down here, we have breadcrumbs, seeds, split peas, pearl barley. This is it's called fake and bacon. It's not an essential. It's something I make. It's a smoked coconut that tastes like bacon bits. Chocolate chips. Fried onions, don't consider that to be something that's essential. Cranberries, raisins, chia seeds. And notice all of this is in glass. Some of the pastry or pasta is in plastic, but I prefer glass. An assorted coconut cream, beans, dried fruit, tomatoes, juices, pre-made broth. This is something that you may want to look into. It's a coconut milk powder, so that if you don't have coconut milk, you can make your own. Tomato sauces, Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. This is just part of my pantry. It doesn't mean that these are your preferences, but I'm going through what you can make meals from. So down here we've got jellies, jams, granola, crackers. Down here,
oats, steel cut oats, an oat bran cereal, cream of rice. Not everybody likes that, especially younger people. Another type of hot cereal. So down here I keep all of the cereals. Out of the essential ones, I would say oats are probably the one that you need to have. And this is where I keep shortening. Down here I have raisins, juices, baking soda, peanut butter. These are excess. All right, let's close this cupboard. And we go to this cupboard. In here on my list, I have baking powder, baking soda, salt. Now, when you're looking at salts, this is table salt. This is kosher salt. You want to have both of those. So a fine salt and a kosher salt, cocoa powder, molasses, and cornstarch, agave syrup, corn syrup back there. Let's go down to this one. Here we have honey, peanut butter, butter, salt and pepper, you know, all of those things. Now, this is a pasta flour. Keep your flours labeled. Pasta flour, a confectioner's sugar. This is, if you see on the front, this is bread flour. And this is just ordinary all-purpose flour. That's my Graham's original flour container, and I love it. Okay, continuing on with essential ingredients for your pantry. Here we have coffee and tea. You choose if you're a coffee or tea drinker, but I keep a variety of tea bags just for everybody's likes. Over here is some things you need in your pantry are spices, a variety of spices. I have flavorings up here. And these are just spices. Of course, you're going to notice that each and every one of them is labeled. So we'll open this and you can see I have them all labeled so I can easily access them. Thyme, and I keep the more familiar ones at the front. It's thyme, bay leaves, poultry seasoning, those kind of things. And then down here, I keep cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, all of the things I bake with. And they just go back in there, but they're all labeled so that I can easily identify them. Up here, I keep the more familiar things that we might use, like pepper. There's peppercorns, there's seasoned salt. These are the unusual things that I may not, like a vanilla powdered sugar, star anise, like things I may not need often. All right, we carry on to the fridge. So I'm going through okay, in my fridge, you're going to see inside my fridge. All right, salad dressings, Dijon mustard, red hot sauce, mayonnaise, regular mustard, ketchup. Those aren't essential. I'm talking about condiments. There's a honey mustard in here that I sometimes need. On this side, we have red chili paste. What is really a lime juice? You saw it in a drink I made. Lemon juice, I always keep that. We have W sauce, which I refuse to say. And eggs, milk, butter, cheese, vegetables and fruit. That's your choice. Cut. Okay, we come over from the fridge and we look down into all of the oils and the vinegars you need. So we go down here. I've got olive oil, vegetable oil, necessary for certain things, pink Himalayan salt. I mean, if that's your preference, sure. Rock salt, peppercorns, rice vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar. This is another red wine vinegar, and in here is sesame oil. I find that if you have those things in your pantry, you've got everything to make, to season, to saute. And I think, if I'm going to look at my list, I said sugars, maple syrup. Don't know if I said maple syrup. I think I've covered everything on this list. Those are the things that I think you should have in your pantry.
There, that was a walkthrough of my pantry. You know, some of those things you don't need, but those are things that I think I need. Now, if you notice, my spices are all in alphabetical order. That's a combination of being retired person, experienced cook, and maybe a little bit organized. But if you've just got the bottles that you get from the grocery store, that's fine. I do find that you can get your spices in a bulk style, and then you get fresh and you just fill them up. You know, this is a matter of, do you have time for this? Plus, are you in a city that is allowing this kind of retail experience still? And all of those things are understandable. Allison asked for the fake and bacon. Love this stuff. I'm just going to go through it quick, but we are going to make that next season. So you take 3 cups of flaked unsweetened coconut. You take a 1/4 cup of tamari, 1 tablespoon of liquid smoke. And I know that stuff rubs me the wrong way, but without it, it doesn't become that bacon flavor. 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and some sea salt. You stir that all in a bowl. You lay that out on a cooking tray with maybe some parchment, and you roast that. Roast it only 18 to 20 minutes because it'll burn like that. Allison, if you'd like, I can send you that recipe if you'd like to try that, because I think you really would like that. All right, today was a very relaxing show for me, and I enjoyed it. I have even noticed that my kitchen isn't as disastrous. I felt like we connected a little bit more, and we got some food cooked. I really wish Kai and Chris a happy birthday. I know that during lockdown, birthdays tend to take on a different feel, and at this point, we've all had a lockdown birthday, and we may even, some of us, be on our 2nd lockdown birthday. It is quite a different experience. You can't celebrate the same way. I hope that I have made today just a little bit brighter with our cheesecake. I would love to share it with you. Now, we're going to come back and we were going to talk about what would you do on top of that cheesecake, which is in the oven and will be till 2:45. Did anybody, oh, thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Kai. Lockdown birthday number 2. Yeah, you would. This would be your 2nd one. That's right. And Monique, it will be her 2nd one next month. And Bo, it'll be his 2nd one. We're all starting to have them. Let's hope that with the warmer weather, we're getting out to celebrate them even at a social distance. So season 2 is coming. And we're going to start in September. We still have the dry brunch next week. We're going to start in September with preserves and showing you how to rein in that harvest and bounty of the fall, because that's when my kitchen really comes alive and I enjoy fall cooking a lot. Something else I want to bring to your attention is during Pride Week, I know that it's canceled in the GTA, it's canceled in most big cities. We're going to be live streaming right from a farmer's market, and I am going to have my rainbow flag, and we're going to celebrate Pride at the farmer's market, which I hope brings some people to my booth that feel safe and feel comfortable with the fact that this is a safe queer space for all. Now, that was a big deal for me too. So now we finished these rolls, cheesecakes in the oven. We've had a chill time. I feel like we've connected in a very lovely way today. We are going to raid Lizzie's channel, I think. So, see you next week. Oh, Papa Joe, congratulations.